Jetstream Aqua Massage, located in the Heritage Mall, is your answer for the relaxation you've been looking for. Our massage beds will help you with stress, anxiety, increase circulation, muscle tension, improve sleep, pain reduction, decrease muscle spasms, increase your range of motion, and help with the everyday aches and pains of life. And at only $1 per minute, we'll save you time and money. 20 minutes in one of our machines is equal to 1 hour of traditional massage. We have gift certificates available for the perfect stocking stuffers. All TENS units are on sale now, and don't forget your BioFreeze. Jetstream Aqua Massage. It's not just a massage, it's an experience.
You're listening to Driver Live from the Northwest Race Car Show, presented by Moxie Media Promotions and Jetstream Aqua Massage, live on Spreaker Radio. All right, we're hot?
Yeah, we're live.
All right. How's the volume? Is it too loud?
I don't know. I can't hear it.
I think it sounds good.
It's loud in my ear, I'll tell you that. So we're going to start our Driver Live segment, new segment here on Spreaker with Northwest Dirt News called Driver Live. Actually, our first Driver Live interview isn't even a driver.
Well, he does drive for a living.
He does. But we're gonna talk with Mr. Buzz Mitchell.
He does everything but drive.
I know, huh? He does. He drives tractor.
Well, I do drive tractor. Yeah, I do that.
So, Buzz, we wanted to welcome you here to the show, and I want to say thanks for coming out and supporting this deal. And I know that you were over here looking at the raffle table.
Yeah, there's some really cool looking stuff over there. You did good. That skateboard's got my name on it.
That's pretty. That's a $140 skateboard we're going to raffle off.
I was just talking with Warren. I mean, everybody that's like pre-70s had steel wheels and rotten bearings and on a piece of plywood, and that thing looks awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool deal. Now, I wanted to let you know, since you are one of the Shriners here in our area, and we're doing the victory visit later on, all the money we raise here at the raffle, every dime is going to go to the Shriners.
That's going to be awesome. We appreciate you getting on board with us. You've helped us out a bunch out there at the track on Shriners Night.
We did, what, $8,500 last year?
Yes, all together, and then we sold that trophy, and it put us over the $10,000 mark.
That is awesome.
Nice.
That is amazing.
That makes us feel good to be associated with something like that to help the kids, and we're really looking forward to the victory visit up there at the Shriners Hospital.
That'll be April 10th. We're going to meet at Home Depot parking lot at 9:30. We'll head up to Wilsonville Shrine Center. We'll leave there about 11 o'clock in their buses, and we'll go up and see the hospital and the kids and do some pictures and some autographs on cards and stuff. And I kind of set it up so the drivers can see why I'm doing what I'm doing at the track and what goes on. We did buy this year. We went when we gave the state temple the money. We did $3,500 for the transportation fund, and then we gave them $3,500 for like an orthopedic easy chair, which is really cool.
Yeah, they needed that up there, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they got some really cool stuff up there. Some stuff I wish I had in my shop.
I'm looking forward to being up there. I know Warren and I have talked about it, and Joel, and we're looking forward to going up there and just seeing how because we heard it's not real big, but what they do there is
beds.
They're pretty. They're on the forefront a lot medically with what they're doing up there for the kids at Shriners. I guess the burn unit is very very like a leading edge clinic. Am I correct?
Yeah, and the orthopedic part, we've got a 3D printer now.
Yeah.
So
no way.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Those are way cool.
Yeah.
You take a picture of the patient's stump, I guess you would call it, and they plug it into the 3D printer, and it's like a perfect fit right off the get-go.
So they scan the stump for the prosthetic.
Scan it with a 3D photograph, and it makes it. I watched him make
awesome.
What was it? Something with gears. I can't remember what it was the other day on TV, and they just take pictures of this thing, put it in a 3D printer with the powder and the whatnot, and it comes out functional.
Isn't that crazy?
It was a crescent wrench they did on this segment I saw.
That's unbelievable. And think about the time and money that saves instead of having to do all that work they had to do before medically, the measurements, send it all out, have it built, shipped back, fitted. If it didn't fit right, send it back. I used to do that a long time ago. I actually worked at a company that built prosthetics. Right. And the science and technology that goes into those legs, there's a reason those things are $30,000 to $60,000.
Right. Yeah.
And these guys now with the 3D printer can really save a lot of time and money for these kids that need these products,
and it's an exact fit. They don't need the padding to keep them from rashing up and stuff like that. It's really cool. And Portland's not the only Shrine hospital. There's 22 of them in North America. One in Mexico City, and we're building a 23rd in Rio.
Wow.
But it's really it's great
cool.
What they do.
It is. And what's cool about Portland is there's actually a couple divisions there where they're like really the leading forefront. And there was, besides the prosthetics, there's another one there that only Portland does. What was that?
Cleft palates, I believe.
That's what it was. That's what we talked about that at the meeting. So they specialize in that, helping those kids. They need it. They go there because they're the leading specialists in the world.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool deal.
And that's why we're doing the races for the transportation fund. So it not only gets a kid to Portland. If it's a cancer kid, we ship him to California. If it's making him hear again, I think we send him to Quebec. If we make him see again, we've got different hospitals.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the kids' faces, with the drivers and whatnot going up there. And
I'm going to be excited.
That it has to mean so much to those kids. They don't get to see a lot.
And they're just, as sick as they are, those kids are there. They're not
they're
just
for real.
They're not there to get a boo boo. They're there because they're sick. And for these guys to take their time, to take a day off work.
Right.
And to get up there and come share their day with the kids and sign autographs and spend some time with them and brighten up their day. That is awesome. And to be a part of that, I'm honored.
I'm honored, too.
It's going to be a cool deal. And look at some of the drivers we've got going. We've got some top stars in the Northwest. Bryson James is going. I know that Colin Weinbarger's going.
Colin and Skyler both.
Yep.
Steve Moore.
Steve Moore's going. I think that Joey Tanner was talking about trying to get things set up.
Right.
And wasn't Hanson? Hanson was going up.
Both Hansons are going.
Yeah, Craig and Jeff, and that's pretty cool for these guys to take a day off their work schedule to go spend the time with the kids and bring them up. And I think we'll have some videos to show or something and autograph hero cards. And
I got to give Steve Moore an attaboy on that. I called him up out of the middle of nowhere and asked him to come up, and he goes, "Well, that's a work day, but you know what? I'm going to take a personal day leave and come up and see the kids." So I got to give him an attaboy for that.
That is really cool.
Yeah, Steve gets a lot of attaboys. He's involved in a lot of this.
He has really stepped up in this fundraiser we talked about earlier.
Right. We'll have him on the show later on.
Yes, we will. So Shriners Cup this year, Willamette Speedway. The date?
July 15th. That is a 6-class night.
6 classes.
Hope to see you there. We had a blast last year. We did the $1 a piece on the 50-50 tickets, 6 for $5, Wingspan for $20. And I told my guys, just make a deal. So I got
Listen to this. This is cool.
I got out to the pits, and the pits this year, guys, really kicked butt. They did a good job. But I started making a deal, length of your hauler for $100.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
that's a lot of tickets.
That is a lot of tickets.
So,
but for $100,
I bring a wad of tickets back to the girls at the table. They go, "What are you doing?" I said, "It doesn't matter. Start splitting them up." So they were busy.
Now, on that particular night, we raised a couple $1,000s just from the 50-50.
I think we were like $1,800.
Yeah, and that was to the Shriners, $1,800 to.
So $3,600 altogether.
Yeah, $3,600.
Yeah.
And,
that's a neat deal.
Corey really sells that program for us, and then
he does do an okay job up there in the booth, doesn't he?
He fair to middling.
Yeah.
Fair to middling.
Hey, if I'm doing fair to middling, that's better than I expected.
Best around, Corey.
But the girls, the fans are the greatest. They
absolutely
they give us right out of the bottom of their heart. The drivers, they did great this year. There's more ex-Shrine people from the hospital, I guess, out there than what you would think, because I'll go up in the stands selling tickets and, I was a Shriners kid, or my kid's a Shriners kid, or I'll go out to the pits and they'll buy tickets and then give them right back to me saying, well, I was a Shriners kid, or my kid's a Shriners kid. And there's a bunch of people out there that have dealt with the Shriners already.
Well, here's a quick story. The skateboard you just mentioned.
Yeah.
While we were kind of walking through the mall a couple days before the show, and I'm throwing it out to people. Hey, look, we're doing a Shriners fundraiser. If you guys have anything you want to donate, anything, doesn't have to be super expensive. And the manager of Zoomies says, "I'm a Shriners kid." I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm a Shriners kid." He goes, "What can I do to help?" I said, well, if we can get Zoomies to donate something, a skateboard, a T-shirt, hat, I don't care, just something that we can raise funds to go towards Shriners. He says Zoomies won't let us. It's a corporate deal. So you got to do all the red tape. So I walk back down to my store, Jetstream Aqua Massage, and I'm talking with Sandy, and about 20 minutes later, the manager and his worker come walking in and said, hey, we pooled our money together, we bought this, we want to donate it from the employees of Zoomies.
Wow,
that's
awesome.
sweet.
That right
That's
there,
sweet.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that happens, and we've seen the fans last year. Something Warren brought up on a couple shows ago on Northwest Dirt News episodes. He was talking about when the fans just started throwing that money around for the Iron Giant and the Shriners that night, and Warren's been around racing a long time. I mean,
really long time.
well, and we all have. But I mean,
easy now.
But Warren has been to some, he's been to some of the big levels, and he said, I've never seen anything like that. He goes, I've never seen the fans respond.
That was awesome. And not because Buzz is sitting right here next to me, but I got to give Buzz a pat on the back. I don't care what the 50-50 raffle is about. Buzz is always at the forefront of getting that going and getting people pumped up and getting them cut loose with their money. I mean, you're doing awesome.
How many times have you won that 50-50, Buzz?
Yeah, you've won that a few times too, huh?
Yeah, I won a couple of times, given back a couple of times.
Well, you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it.
Well, and that's the thing. I've actually watched Buzz win a couple jackpots that were over $700.
And turn around and give it back.
Yeah, take his half and give it back. And people go, did that guy just give that money back?
Yeah.
That's what he
Who
does
is that?
For the kids.
He's a mafia.
That's Buzz Mitchell.
That's Buzz Mitchell. That's right. Everybody knows Buzz. It's
well, and if you don't know Buzz, you haven't been around the track very long.
That's right. That's right.
That's true.
You're a stand-up guy, Buzz. We really appreciate having you here.
I appreciate everybody helping me, and I appreciate helping everybody out
well,
there. Well,
you're a huge supporter here in the Northwest of dirt track racing. Have you had a chance to walk through and look at the cars?
Hey, the cars are awesome this year. I'm looking at this one from Medford right here, and it's a sport mod.
Yes.
Yep.
Is that not the nicest sport mod?
That is, oh my God. That's a beautiful car.
It is. It really is.
Got Steve Moore's car this year. Son of a gun, he knocked it out.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you the one car that for me, it just kind of gave me chills when I saw it was the 88 of Winkler. Yes. Talk about some old school outlaw look. The wedge nose and the no top and the boards, and I looked at that and my first thought, we got a preview. Moxie guys got a preview of that before it was done. It was just kind of a flat primer. There was no wrap on it. And the first thing my mind I thought when I looked at that car was, man, if that's not an old school Russ Sell car, I don't. It just looks like something Russ would have drove back in the mid to late '80s, and that's a cool looking car. And he's got the skulls, and the smoke on the wrap, and that car just looks like it's going 100 miles an hour and it's sitting there.
I really like Hot Rod McComb's car down there. Now, that is one fine-looking mod.
They did a great job on that wrap. And what about Darren Koffel?
I'd be afraid to take any of them out on the track.
They look more like...
They look good here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at them quick. They ain't going to look this way for a while.
That's right.
That's right. And Darren Koffel's car, that's just it's a piece of art.
Oh, it is.
That's a beautiful car. I was talking to Darren the other night, and he says, I'm just having such a hard time getting used to the white. His cars have always been all black.
Always.
Right.
And now his car is white with some blue and orange, and he says, I'm having a hard time with the white. And I said, that is, Darren, that's your best-looking car you've ever had.
It is.
I love it. Yeah. So what do you expect this year at the track and with Shriners Cup? It gets bigger and bigger every year.
It does. I got to start selling the sponsorship. I go around, I usually start about the 1st of April, 1st of May, and go until like the 1st of July, collecting sponsorship money on that deal.
Well, let's talk about how that works, how people can get involved, and that money goes right to Shriners.
It goes to the Shriners Transportation Fund.
Right.
For the Lynn County Shrine Club. And what it does, I go around and try to get businesses, farmers, people, coffee clubs that meet in the mornings, pass the hat for $20 or whatever. But like last year, I got Farmland on there. They gave me $450. I put their name on the banner.
Yep.
And what it is just they some of this donation for tax stuff is so technical they can't do it anymore. So I write it up as advertisement.
Sure, absolutely.
And then it goes. They can take it off 100% that way. Lots of people give. Lots of companies give $200, $300, $400, $500, and $20 gets your name on the deal. $10 will get your name on the deal. I don't care. I'm in it for the kids. It helps us sponsor the track. The track gave us a knockoff for sponsoring the race, and that I appreciate the heck out of it from them. You guys help promote the race. We give a hands out to you. But yeah, it's just last year I think I had 45 sponsors on the deal.
Well, let's shoot for 100 this year.
I'm going to try.
And we'll do what we can to help you out. Moxie Media will be on that banner.
All right.